Over 30 years of clinical practice have taught me something chilling. Your legs don't just get weak with age, they disappear. And by the time people realize it, it's often too late. She was walking one day, and the next, she couldn't. That's how her daughter described it to me, the moment everything changed. Mrs. Lillian Granger was 76. Living alone, still sharp, still independent, she had always taken care of herself. But that morning, as she stepped out of bed, her legs didn't hold. She stumbled, grabbed the nightstand, and barely caught herself. She thought maybe it was just a fluke, she'd slept funny. Or maybe her sugar was low. But then it happened again. And again, until one day, she simply couldn't get up. When I saw her in the clinic, her eyes told me everything before her voice did: fear, shame, confusion. Her legs had given out, not because of a stroke, not because of some sudden trauma, but slowly, quietly, from years of neglect. And what stunned her most wasn't that she'd gotten older. She expected that. What stunned her was that her decline had started from the ground up. Her legs went first. Most people think of aging as something that happens all at once: gray hair, wrinkles, slower steps. But in reality, aging sneaks up on us in stages. And the first place it makes its mark is in our legs. You see, our legs are like the foundation of a house. If the foundation weakens, it doesn't matter how beautiful the walls are, or how shiny the windows look, eventually, the whole structure becomes unstable. You may still have a clear mind, a strong heart, and a sharp memory, but when your legs lose strength, they take your freedom with them. I don't say this to scare you, though a little urgency might be exactly what you need. I say it because after over 30 years of working with older adults, I can tell you this with full confidence. The legs are the first to go, but they don't have to. Let me explain. The human body wasn't built to sit for 10 hours a day. But for many of us, especially after retirement, that's exactly what happens. You sit at breakfast, you sit while reading the paper, you sit while watching TV, paying bills, having lunch, checking your phone. By the end of the day, you've taken maybe a few hundred steps, far less than the 10,000 our ancestors took just to survive. And the legs? They suffer in silence. Your leg muscles, especially your quads, calves, hamstrings, and glutes, are some of the largest and most metabolically active tissues in the entire body. They demand movement to stay alive. When they're not being used, they begin to atrophy, which is just a fancy word for shrink, weaken, and fade. But here's where it gets sneaky. You don't notice it at first. It starts with little things. You avoid stairs because they're tiring. You use the elevator more. You find yourself pushing off your knees to get out of chairs. You take longer to cross the street. And before long, your muscles have gotten the message: you don't need us anymore. And so they shut down. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. But I still walk to the mailbox. I do the dishes. I move around the house. Yes, and that's good. But I'll be honest with you, that's not enough. Walking around the house might keep you from becoming fully sedentary, but it won't build strength. Your legs require resistance, effort, and purposeful movement to stay strong. Walking is maintenance. Strength exercises are preservation. Let me put it another way. Imagine your leg strength as a bank account. Every time you climb stairs, you deposit a little. Every time you stand up from a low chair without using your arms, deposit. Every squat, every lunge, every heel raise, deposit. Deposit, deposit. But every hour you sit? That's a withdrawal. Every time you avoid moving because it's too much effort, withdrawal. And if you keep withdrawing without depositing, you go bankrupt. And in the human body, muscle bankruptcy is brutal. You lose balance. You trip more easily. Your reaction time slows. A fall that would have been a stumble in your 50s becomes a broken hip in your 70s. A week in a hospital bed turns into a month in rehab. And for some, it's the start of a permanent decline. It's not just about strength, it's about independence, dignity, and life itself. Now here's a scientific truth I wish more people knew. Muscle loss begins around age 30, and accelerates after 60. It's called sarcopenia, and if you're over 65, there's a good chance you've already lost 10 to 20% of your original muscle mass, mostly from the legs. But here's the part that should give you hope. Muscle loss isn't inevitable, it's reversible. That's right, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, you can build muscle. I've had 85-year-old patients who couldn't walk up a step when they came in, and 3 months later, they were dancing at their granddaughter's wedding. The key? Targeted movement, small, daily effort, the right exercises done consistently. That's it. No gym required, no spandex, no six-packs, just commitment. Let me share another story. Frank, a retired teacher, came to see me after a minor fall in the garage. He didn't break anything, but it shook him. I don't feel stable, he told me. It's like my legs don't trust me anymore. We ran a few tests. And sure enough, his leg strength had dropped well below average for his age. He wasn't overweight, and he wasn't sick, but he'd simply stopped using his legs with intention. So we started with the basics. Calf raises at the kitchen counter. Seated leg extensions with light ankle weights. Gradually, we moved to partial squats holding onto a chair. Nothing fancy, just consistency. After 6 weeks, Frank reported something amazing. I'm walking more upright, my knees hurt less, and yesterday, I chased my grandson across the yard. That's the power of reclaiming your legs. You might be wondering, why the legs? Why not the arms or the back? Well, the answer is both mechanical and hormonal. First, your legs bear the weight of your body every time you stand. Walk, sit down, or climb. They're your shock absorbers, your motors, your brakes. They do everything. Second, and this might surprise you, strong legs release powerful chemicals into the bloodstream. When you activate your leg muscles, you stimulate the production of myokinase, tiny protein messengers that reduce inflammation, support brain health, improve mood, and regulate metabolism. Some leg exercises even boost testosterone and growth hormone, which help maintain bone density and energy levels, yes, even in older adults. So when you train your legs, you're not just strengthening muscles, you're healing your whole body. Now let's zoom out for a moment. What's the number one reason seniors are hospitalized? Falls. And what's the number one cause of falls? Weak legs and poor balance. It all connects. If you strengthen your legs, you lower your fall risk. If you lower your fall risk, you stay out of hospitals. If you stay out of hospitals, you avoid complications, infections, surgeries. You live longer. You live freer. All of this starts with your legs. So let me ask you a personal question. How do your legs feel today? Are you confident when you stand from a chair? Can you climb a flight of stairs without using the railing? Do you ever feel a little unsteady in the dark? These are not just normal signs of aging. These are early warning signs. Your body is whispering to you, we need strength. We need support. And the best time to listen? Right now. In just a moment, I'll walk you through the 3 specific exercises I recommend to every senior, no matter your fitness level. Whether you're 60 or 90, whether you walk with a cane or not, whether you live alone or with family, you can do these. And I promise, they work. But first, I want to leave you with this image. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Do you want to be walking confidently through the grocery store, cooking your own meals, playing with your grandkids? Or do you want to be sitting in a wheelchair, needing help just to stand? The choice begins today. And it begins with your legs. Now let me tell you something that might just change the way you think about aging. You see, most folks assume that growing older means slowing down, becoming weaker, and giving up the activities they once loved. But that's not the full truth. The real reason many seniors struggle isn't age itself. It's neglecting one of the most important parts of their body, their legs. And the solution? It's not some expensive gym membership or complicated workout routine. No, it comes down to 3 simple, yet unbelievably powerful exercises that you can do right at home, in your regular clothes, and in just minutes a day. Let's start with the first one. Calf raises. Sounds simple, right? But don't underestimate their power. I once had a patient, Richard, 72 years old, who used to be a firefighter. After retirement, he found himself sitting most of the day, and his balance began to falter. He tripped in the kitchen one evening and fractured his wrist. That's when we had a serious conversation. I introduced him to calf raises. At first, he used both legs, holding onto the kitchen counter for support. Then, as he got stronger, he progressed to one leg at a time. Eventually, he was doing them on the stairs, just like Dr. Brewer recommends, for that extra stretch. Within weeks, Richard's posture improved. His steps became more confident. He told me, "Doc, I didn't know a man my age could feel this solid again." And it wasn't just his legs that felt stronger. His energy came back, and even his mood lifted. You see, what Richard didn't know was that strong legs stimulate the release of powerful hormones, testosterone, growth hormone, and myokinase. These are like youth elixirs produced naturally by your body. They influence your metabolism, brain function, and even how well you sleep. That's why bodybuilders always say, train your legs first, because the legs aren't just for standing and walking, they're a command center for total health. Now, on to the second move, the split squat. This one works wonders for your balance and core strength. If you've ever watched a toddler squat down to pick something up, you'll see perfect form, knees aligned, weight centered, balance intact. But as we age, we lose that natural alignment. The split squat helps us reclaim it. Let me tell you about Mary, a retired librarian who lived alone and had always been fiercely independent. One winter, she slipped on her front steps and narrowly avoided a serious fall. She came to me, panicked. "I can't lose my independence, Doc," she said. So we started with split squats, slowly, with one foot forward and one back, using a chair for balance. At first, she could barely go down an inch, but she stuck with it. Every day, just a few reps, and each week, she got deeper and steadier. 6 months later, she sent me a video of herself climbing a hill in Vermont on vacation. Smiling from ear to ear, she called it her freedom exercise. The split squat, my friends, isn't just a workout, it's a practice in reclaiming your foundation. It builds the kind of balance and strength that prevents the falls we all fear. Now, I know some of you are thinking, "That's great, Doc, but I've got bad knees," or "my hips won't take it." And I hear you. That's where modifications come in. For those with arthritis, old injuries, or other challenges, we adapt. You can do partial squats, hold onto a sturdy table, or even use a resistance band while seated. The point is not perfection, it's progress. Now let's talk about the third exercise, the lunge. Yes, it's a bit more advanced, but with care and practice, it becomes one of the most rewarding moves you'll ever do. Think of it as a dynamic split squat, where you take a step forward and lower your body in a controlled, elegant way. It strengthens not just your quads and glutes, but also the stabilizing muscles in your hips and lower back. I remember George, an 80-year-old World War II history buff, who wanted to stay fit enough to walk the Normandy beaches with his grandson. He had back issues and wobbly balance, so lunges seemed out of reach. But we started small, back foot lightly resting on a chair, front leg doing most of the work. Slowly but surely, he gained strength, and yes, he made that trip to France. He walked those beaches tall and proud. That's the power of consistent effort and smart training. And it doesn't stop there. These exercises don't just make your legs stronger. They activate mitochondria, the energy factories inside your muscle cells, and improve circulation by increasing capillary density. This helps regulate blood sugar, lowers the risk of insulin resistance, and can even reverse early signs of prediabetes. That's right. A stronger lower body can literally rewire your metabolism. And for those who think they're too old or too frail, let me remind you, adaptation is the name of the game. I've worked with clients in wheelchairs doing seated leg lifts with resistance bands. I've seen people with walkers doing mini lunges with a caregiver's help. And the benefits? Just as powerful. Oh, and I almost forgot, a bonus exercise, rucking. Yes, rucking. That's the fancy term for walking with a bit of extra weight, like a backpack or weighted vest. Why? Because it simulates real-life challenges, builds endurance, and stimulates muscle growth. It's especially useful for those who've lost weight due to medication or illness and want to protect their precious muscle mass. One gentleman I worked with, Tom, had lost 30 pounds from chemo. When he was cleared to exercise again, we started with short ruck walks around the block, just 10 minutes with a few books in a backpack. He said it gave him purpose, and soon he was back to hiking trails he hadn't touched in years. So, whether you're a seasoned exerciser or someone just starting out, these three movements, calf raises, split squats, and lunges, can completely transform your strength, your stability, and your confidence. And with a little creativity, anyone can do them. Remember, it's not about how fast you go. It's about showing up, moving intentionally, and trusting that small steps every day build a foundation for a stronger tomorrow. So put on those sneakers, take a deep breath, and start where you are. Your legs, and your future, are counting on it. Have you ever wondered why so many experts and fitness trainers focus so much on the legs? Why, out of all the muscles in the body, the legs seem to hold the key to your longevity and vitality? Let me tell you something. Strong legs don't just keep you mobile, they keep you alive, healthy, and independent for longer. And the best part? It doesn't take years of intense workouts to build those strong legs. It takes small, consistent steps, done daily, to safeguard your future. Think about it. Your legs are the foundation of your mobility. They're responsible for carrying you from place to place, for supporting your body weight, and for keeping you steady when you stand or walk. And as we age, the muscles in our legs naturally begin to lose mass and strength, a process known as sarcopenia. This loss of muscle mass is one of the leading causes of decreased mobility, which leads to a vicious cycle of dependency and declining health. But here's the good news. Strengthening your legs isn't just about improving your physical appearance. It's about building the foundation of a life well lived. Let me tell you the story of Harold, a man in his late 70s, who came to see me after his doctor told him that he was on the verge of needing a walker. Harold was frustrated. He had always been active, he played tennis in his younger years, loved hiking, and even kept a small vegetable garden. But over the past few years, he had noticed himself slowing down. His legs felt weaker, and he had begun to stumble on uneven pavement. He was worried that his independent life would soon be a thing of the past. After assessing his situation, I told Harold that if he could commit to a simple leg strengthening routine, we could turn things around. We started with calf raises, of course. We then moved on to split squats and lunges. Within a couple of months, Harold was feeling stronger, not just physically, but mentally, too. He got his confidence back. I'll never forget the day he called me to say, "Doc, I'm going on a 3-day hike with some friends next month." I never thought I'd do that again. The key to Harold's success wasn't just that he was getting stronger, it was that he understood the deeper value of strong legs. Strong legs mean better balance, less risk of falling, and improved circulation. But more than that, they are a key to better glucose regulation and metabolic health. You see, when you work out your legs, you're not just strengthening muscles. You're stimulating mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses in your cells that generate energy. The more you stimulate those mitochondria, the more efficient your body becomes at using energy. And this helps prevent or even reverse the onset of insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes. I had another patient, Linda, a 74-year-old grandmother, who came to me with concerns about her blood sugar levels. She had been diagnosed with pre-diabetes and was worried about going on medication. We started talking about lifestyle changes, particularly exercise. I suggested she start incorporating leg strengthening exercises, especially calf raises, split squats, and lunges. After several weeks, we tested her blood sugar levels again. She was shocked at the results. Her numbers had improved significantly. And her doctor said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." The reason those leg exercises worked so well for Linda is that they increased the effectiveness of her insulin and glucose regulation. Strong legs improve blood flow and circulation, which directly impacts how well your body can process sugar. And it doesn't stop there. Strong legs improve your posture and reduce stress on your joints. When your legs are weak, you begin to rely more on your back and hips to move, which leads to discomfort and even chronic pain. But when your legs are strong, they bear the load, relieving the strain on your spine and hips. This leads to a greater sense of comfort and ease in daily life. Another patient, Julia, a 68-year-old woman with chronic back pain, had struggled with pain and stiffness for years. She told me that sitting for long periods was uncomfortable, and standing up felt like a chore. I recommended she try some basic leg exercises, specifically split squats and lunges. At first, she could barely squat without feeling discomfort in her lower back. But over time, the strengthening of her legs improved her posture and aligned her spine better. Soon, her back pain began to diminish. She even sent me a message one day that simply said, "Thank you, I feel like I'm walking taller." That's the power of strong legs. Strong legs support everything above them. But there's another important aspect of leg strength that many people don't realize. Leg exercises help regulate hormones. And when we talk about hormones, we're talking about the chemicals in our body that influence everything from mood to metabolism. As we get older, our hormone levels decline. Testosterone, growth hormone, and other vital hormones naturally decrease. But leg exercises can stimulate the release of these essential hormones. For example, myokinase, small proteins released by muscles when they contract, are not only responsible for muscle repair but also help to regulate the function of other organs, including the brain. This is why leg exercises are so vital for both physical and mental health. I want to share one final story with you. Eleanor, a 79-year-old woman, had been living a pretty sedentary life for the last few years. She was hesitant to do any kind of exercise, worried it would be too much for her. She had heard that leg exercises could be dangerous for older adults. After much encouragement, I convinced Eleanor to try some simple calf raises. At first, she was reluctant, but after a few weeks, she began to notice a difference. She was walking further each day, feeling less fatigued, and her legs felt stronger. Her family noticed her energy returning, too. Her grandchildren said, "Grandma, you're walking faster than us now." Eleanor's experience is not unique. It's the power of small, consistent exercises to transform your body and your health. What I want you to take away from this is simple. Your legs are the foundation of your life. They carry you, support you, and keep you grounded. By investing a little time each day in strengthening your legs, you are investing in your independence, your longevity, and your overall health. And you don't need to spend hours at the gym or become a fitness fanatic. Just a few minutes each day, simple exercises like calf raises, split squats, and lunges can make all the difference. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. You don't need to be young. What you need is to care for the legs you have right now so they'll continue to serve you for years to come. The more you strengthen your legs, the more freedom you'll have. The more you move, the more you'll preserve your independence. Strong legs, my friends, are the key to a strong life. Take that step today, and your future self will thank you for it. As I reflect on everything we've discussed today, I truly believe that the secret to a long, healthy, and independent life lies in how we care for our bodies, and specifically, our legs. We've all heard the saying, "You're only as strong as your legs." And after all we've explored, it's clear that this isn't just a cliché. The strength of your legs directly influences your overall health, your mobility, and your ability to live life to the fullest. The good news is, it's never too late to start. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, the exercises we talked about today, simple, easy to do movements like calf raises, split squats, and lunges, can make a world of difference. I've seen it in my own practice. And I've seen it in the stories of countless seniors who have transformed their lives by taking just a few minutes each day to invest in their leg strength. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about incorporating these leg strengthening exercises into your daily routine? Have you tried any of these exercises before? Or maybe you've got some tips of your own? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences and any questions you might have. Remember, this isn't just about building muscle. It's about maintaining the independence and freedom to live your life the way you want for years to come. So, if you found this video helpful, and you want more tips and inspiration on how to live a stronger, healthier life, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of like-minded individuals who are committed to taking control of their health and living life to the fullest. Don't miss out on the next video. We've got so much more to share with you. Let's keep moving together. Hit subscribe now, and let's make sure we're all strong, healthy, and thriving for the long haul. See you in the next video.